Good morning, you guys. I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to come into the room. I decided to go live. I didn't want to. I was gonna do a pre-recorded video. I was like, I'll go live. I ain't gonna be on long because I gotta get off and do some things today. I I was packing some stuff and boxing some stuff up, and um I thought I needed some tape, but I was like, I got everything I need in this house. And sure enough, I did. I found it. I was like, well, I don't need to go to the store other than to get me some more charcoal. Hey, little Miss Muffin. Hey, Gristle Hardaway. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to start coming in. Okay. I see. Okay, I see Taisha, Ashley, Gristle, So Witty, new to you, Tamara J. You guys, make sure you guys hit the like button, okay? Make sure you guys hit the like button. I ain't gonna be on here long, like an hour, because I was just gonna do a pre-recorded video, and I was like, I'll go on. I'm gonna be on here for like an hour. Okay. Hey, Letitia. Good morning, Miss T. On my way to my cousin's funeral, the young guy lost his life at Brooks and Third in the car wreck. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to you and your family. Going concealed shopping today for something to hold on, y'all. I'm pouring me some coffee. Y'all know I have to have my coffee. Okay. Whew, and I love flavorful coffee. Let's see, who's that asked me a question? Get you a Glock 19. That's a good traveling weapon. Okay. And if you want to get you like a one that's a cute color, I got that one just for fun, a pink one. I'm going to be talking about one of my friends is going to be giving classes at a ranch in East Memphis. And once he starts giving those classes, um he worked for the police department for almost 40 years. And once he starts giving those classes, I'm gonna get on here and talk to you all about it. Captain Benny Cobb, that's who I went through also to get my gun license. Benny Cobb gives he's an instructor. Okay, he's an instructor. Gina said she want to go. I'm telling you, once you get used to it, I think all women should get used to pulling that thing back and just defending yourself. Like I said, when I walk out of my office, even now when I walk out of my house, I have one of my weapons in my hand. I'm not going to and that's what my friend taught me because I remember he was like, "Do you carry your weapon?" I was like, "Yeah, I carry it." And he was like, I said, "I got it." And he said, "You don't have it in your purse or in your car, do you?" I said, "Well, I have it in my purse." He said, "When you walk out of your office, when you walk out of your house," he said that a long time ago, and that's the reason why I do that now. I was like, "You sure right." He said, "Have that thing in your hand. Have it in your hand so you won't have to try to be fumbling in your purse. You already have it." And that's what I do. So if one of these send outs run up on me, because these folks send outs. And trust me, I was talking to someone the day before yesterday, and I was talking about how some of these YouTubers are sending people out. They're trying to really send them out to murder people. What they do is they get mentally unstable people and they put them in their camp. And shout out to the person that had told me, "Countdown John, I know you think you got my phone tapped. Okay, you one of the ones. I know." Okay. And so I have that's cool too. Okay. I was never fooled about you, Countdown John. And I just want you to know um um that I understand and that I know. And that's all I'm gonna say. But these folks are doing the very ultimate. And what I can't understand is you have people that have careers that that pay bills, that have families and stuff, and they they're letting some of these men, these YouTubers, send them out. They think they in a gang, they think they in a group. And then they tell these mentally ill people that we're doing this for we're doing this for dough. Okay. And a lot of these, I told y'all a lot of these people work together, but shout out to the people that was once a part of that and that dropped the game on where they go to come up with the plays. And they think that it's safe. Now I'm hearing that they want to start taking people out, and so what they do is they get some of these damn men that are already criminals. They suppose they're knowing now that wherever they are, the FBI is. Okay. And so now what they're doing is they said they're gonna start meeting up so that they can, because the plays was being ran in Clubhouse, I'm hearing. The FBI been up in there. Okay. And now I'm hearing that they're meeting because with each other in person to try and get some of these men to travel to take out women, okay, to take out people. This is the sickness that is going on YouTube, which is why they laughs. They don't know how much we know. Motherfucker, y'all think y'all had my phone tapped, and so when you got retarded motherfuckers that's harassing, they will let the play out. Your phone ain't ringing, you ain't getting no business. That's what that when they retarded, that's what they do. Okay. And so I got smart enough to go and get other phones. Okay. Because my thing is, even with the people that are mentally ill, I understand that the problem are the ones that think that they are the puppet masters. Those are the dangerous ones. Okay. So I got on here to talk about, okay, what they did to Young Dolph was wrong, and they can't stop him in death, and people still selling out for Crumbs. And I guess it kind of goes into it. See, I'm not one to let stuff go when I find out how I've been violated. Like the violations that have been up against me, it's got a lot to do with the sadisticness as far as sexual deviant behavior and things of that nature. Some of these men have, and so if you get, as I was saying the other day, like some of these men that they're talking about, they want to, I'm hearing some stuff about. I ain't gonna get into that, okay? And so they dumb enough to believe, and it's not. Hey, it's a good thing that they did believe it. That the FBI ain't got time to look at us. We can just rape women and have set folks up, set crazy motherfuckers up to go kill them, and they ain't gonna do nothing. They got better things to do. We could just steal folks' identities, okay? And so that's what's been going on. And I get to thinking about how all this tie into Young Dolph. Like some of the people that are on here doing some of this stuff are affiliated with CMG, right? And so when they first came on here, because I was talking to somebody the day before yesterday, it's ironic how I was talking to them, and so what they do is they try and convince people that are mentally slow that I'm not talking to anybody. You could just violate her because they have a sickness. When men are sick now, when they have a sickness, they think they're smart enough to do it in the background and get other people that are slow to do it, right? And so we was talking about how when this Young Dolph's case first started, how people were panicking, right? How people were panicking, and they started you started seeing a lot of bloggers like that paperwork party stuff pop up that has an affiliation with CMG. And I didn't have no issues with paperwork party because I didn't know them. Okay. I'm just not hearing about how Countdown John is one of the ones that has been running the plays. And it is because of his affiliation with CMG, right? And I'll say allegedly, okay, because I'll say allegedly at this point, but we know what it is. We'll say allegedly. I've never in my life, and I'm hearing, some of these people that have been coming at me. We know that it was coming from the vlogger in Atlanta, but him and the vlogger in Atlanta fell out, and now they're back cool. They run the plays. He give them the script and stuff like that, and nobody would even have an issue, okay, with what they do if they just left other people alone, right? If they just left other people alone. And so what they started doing was getting people that are mentally ill. You got these women. They sending these women out. And somebody was telling me, thank you, Holy Ghost. See, this is how when you know you favored. Because see, I'm getting ready to drop something because the FBI already got it. Okay. And let me say this to the moderators, because I'm not going to be distracted today. When he starts sending his trolls up in here, because we already know who it is. When one of them start, because they're all together, even some of these women on YouTube is with them. When they start sending their trolls up in here, don't play with them. Don't put them in timeout. Block them with the quickness. Okay. Block them with the quickness. Okay. And so, anyways, so when they first started getting on YouTube, okay, I've been said it was to spin a narrative. It was to spin a narrative. Okay. And yeah, so many evil operations. It was to spin a narrative. It was to put all of this crazy stuff into the atmosphere as it relates to the Young Dolph's case. And that's where I say people still selling out for Crumbs and hoping that they're going to get some money. Okay. And so they were spinning narratives. They was and but they was mainly looking for witnesses. Okay. And they was looking for witnesses so that the witnesses could be pointed out and they could either go missing or be intimidated. And they was doing it for the people that paid to have this done to Young Dolph. That's the reason why you hear a lot of a group of vloggers hollering about that Straight Drop and Cornelius are not the ones that did this, because their job is to try and confuse the people. It was the witness tamper, but the feds got involved with that, and still gonna be some vloggers go down for that. So now their thing is to try and jewelry tamper. And when I say that, when they start putting out that crap about, that's not Straight Drop, that's not Cornelius. Of course, they're reading from a script. That's their job, but at the same time, they're also hoping that because Young Dolph's case is so big, that the jury that will be selected for this case is going to come from out of Shelby County. Okay, it's to confuse the mind of the people. So in the back of some of these folks' minds that are going to be chosen, they could be confused, right? But what I can't understand is how some of these women, how some of these men who are truck drivers and work in the medical field and have everyday jobs that are computer tech, that have computer companies, let these bottom feeders send them out to commit crimes, to violate other people. I wouldn't even want to be affiliated with nothing like that. And so what they do is they get them to do one thing. They finesse them into doing one thing. If you do that, if you can get this information, if you could do this one thing, okay? If you could just do this one thing for us, it's for us, okay? They got them. So now it's just like, because a lot of these people that they have put up on here are affiliated or have tried to get into the music industry, and they was slow, so they fail and still fail and still gonna fail, because ain't no artist, no nothing gonna be put, okay, gonna be in the music industry, right? Hold on, y'all. Okay. And so, even with me having a tender heart, you know what I mean? When I know that people are mentally ill, okay? And I can look at people and tell by their actions when there is a mental illness. I don't need to look at no medical history. I don't want to look at nobody damn medical history. I know when they are mentally ill. Hold on. Hello? Hey, how you doing? Thank you. Yes. Yes, it is. Who did? Your husband? Oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my, and I'm coming to see you. Um okay. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's doing really good. She is. Yeah, you know what? She'll be one in a few weeks. So my daughter had been planning a birthday party, and I had been thinking about you. I was like, normally when my TV show comes on, like you always call, and a lot of the other mothers call. And when I had not heard from you, I said, I'm gonna have to reach out to her. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear about your husband. My mother is doing really good. My mom is doing good. The thing that gives me a lot of the thing that gives me a lot of solace about my dad passing away, and that's the reason why I put it on my TV show. I've been doing a tribute, to my dad. Yeah, because everybody remember like me and my dad doing our show together, and we had been on there for 9 years together. Like I remember when you first started calling me because you was looking at my TV show. You was like, "That's got to be your dad," because y'all look just alike. I said, "Yeah, that's my dad." Yeah, but I'm gonna come and see you. I was telling people, I was like, a lot of the mothers and stuff that started seeing me on my gospel show, that started calling me and praying for me. I really. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I had y'all on. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. That was one of when my TV show comes on, when my gospel show comes on. Um, a lot of the mothers from a lot of the people from church, around the area, especially a lot of the people in church, they start calling me, letting me know that they're enjoying the gospel show. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. But I wanted to talk about what they did to Young Dolph was wrong, and it goes back what I want to get back to, and I'm so happy that she called me because that's one of the mothers that had called always called me. I'm gonna tell y'all about this lady that just called me. She started looking at my gospel show a few years back, and she is like in her 80s, and she would always ask me, I wish you would come to my church. I wish you would come to my church to visit me. And what I used to do a lot of times is I would pop up at some of their churches, and surprise them because I know and meet them because I know that they love looking at my gospel show, give them a shout out on TV and stuff. And it's been a couple of them that have passed away, and when they passed away, their children called me and was like, Mama loved looking at your show. I had a lady, I cannot think of her name, it's gonna come back to me, that loved looking at my show from out of Covington, right? My gospel show. She would always call me when it came on, and to let me know how she was enjoying it. And when she passed away, her daughters had reached out to me to let me know that she had passed. And then I had another mother whose daughter still reach out to me on my like page. I went to her church and surprised her, and she ended up passing away. She has such a sweet spirit. And this mother right here that just called me, I had not heard from her in a while, and she blessed me. Like I showed up and she would ask me, will you come and see me, will you, and they're in their 80s. And one day I just happened to be in the area, and she's a retired nurse, and I popped up at her house, and her and her husband was so excited they could not believe, like, I knew they were like in their 80s, so they were harmless. And I popped up at their house and they just wanted me to sit there and talk to them, right? And she was like, I got this for you. Like she had got that heavy furniture, like I mean, beautiful, heavy, like decorations and stuff. And so she just called me again, was like, I got some more decorations for it. But her husband, she told me her husband passed away. And they had been married for 64 years. And she was like, that's why I had not been calling you, because I've been praying and praying. I've been depressed. My husband just passed away. He wasn't sick or nothing. Because when I visited them, because they're like 85, 84, he was out in the yard cutting the grass and stuff, and I know it's got to be hard for her because she was praying, calling me, praying just then for me. Um, to be married to someone for 64 years and then they just get sick and just pass away. What you doing, Riley? Um, but yeah, so that's I wanted to tell you guys that I hate that so bad. I do. I hate that her husband passed away because I did get a chance to meet him. Yeah, bless her heart. To she's been married. She had been with him longer than she'd been without him. She's 84, and they had been married for 62. What she say, 62 or 64 years. So she married him when she was about 20 or something like that. So she had been with him longer than she had been without him, basically her whole life. And I told her I was going to come and see her. She said, please come and see me. And I'm going to. I am going to make sure I go see her. Mm, Lord have mercy. That's the reason why I continuously do my gospel show. Because it puts a positivity into the atmosphere. When my dad passed away, I had thought about it. I don't want to do TV no more. I'm not gonna do any of it. But I keep going. I keep going, and I'm gonna keep going until I start feeling it again because right now I don't feel it. You know how you don't be feeling your job sometimes, but you just keep going until you start feeling it? That's how I've been. Because I'm so used to my dad walking into I don't even sit at my office a whole lot because I be constantly looking back. When I hear something, because every time I used to hear keys dangling, I knew my dad was walking in. Thank you, A Savage. It is. It's beautiful outside. It is. It's so beautiful. It's got me feeling a certain way. I hate that. I had no idea her husband had passed. When you develop a relationship with people that just start calling you to pray for you, and you see how strong they are. She's in her 80s and she's by herself. It makes me feel really bad. And a lot of times with the seniors, all they want is company. They were so happy, her and her husband, when I just popped up because they couldn't believe it. I didn't know them. She had been begging me to come and see her, just like she just did then. So I'm gonna make sure that I go see her again. I think that's one of the reasons I keep going, because it's people like that that continuously look forward to my TV show coming on to inspire them. And that's the reason why, like, even when I get on here with these devils and I think about how these men vloggers who have been put on here with an agenda, but they're not going to get away with it. Sending people to my house. A countdown, John, I'm hearing allegedly that you was a part of that also. And what I was getting ready to say was that they get these people who they get these people who are jealous hearted and weak minded, and they put them on a mission, right? They put them on a mission, and to send them out. And that's what I was saying to some law enforcement people just the other day. What some intel someone had given me about, how they meet up in Clubhouse, and my heart was so happy when they told me that they had been in club. They been had some people up under investigation in Clubhouse. I know they think it because it's locked up that they're safe. It's not. They think that they can lock the rooms up and then come up, put people on assignment to go and violate people. Having my phone tapped. There's, but I can't talk about that right now. But they, this is the length that they go to. And you have to understand, like, when you are, I think about Young Dolph, like he didn't, he didn't stand a chance as far, because when you great, people are determined. And that's the reason why, I think about what happened to Young Dolph and some of the people that are on here harassing me as far as these men and these women. They are affiliated with and these vloggers, they're affiliated with the people that did this to Young Dolph. And I really hate that, I know Young Dolph was a street guy, he talked about getting money, and that's why I'm relentless. I'm relentless. I know they think I ain't doing nothing. I got other phones, y'all. So they said she ain't doing nothing because we got our phone tap. We can hear everything she say. No, that's a federal charge y'all got coming. It's federal. And then they'll jump on here and let some white hacker or who, some of these people that have taught them how to hack put in their minds that the FBI got other things to do, so we can get on here and plot murders and plot having people beat up and try and influence people that are mentally weak, kind of like how they say God did it. You know how people try to say God did it. Well, he didn't tell Black youngsters them to do it, but he just kind of put it out there for them to catch. And I that's how they all the same, right? They get mentally weak people and gas them up and put crazy stuff up in their head, okay, and try to send them out. I think about the cookie shop, right? And I know everybody has a difference of opinion as it relates to the cookie shop. I don't try and influence people. The only thing I say about the cookie shop is that I have not had anybody credible to tell me that the cookie shop was involved. And some of these same vloggers that's hollering about that the cookie shop was involved, I heard them in the very beginning say that them cookie people ain't had nothing to do with that. Them cookie people ain't involved in that. They named somebody else that may have been involved in it, right? And so that's why I go, wow, people go real hard now, but in the very beginning, they was hollering about the cookie shop was not involved. Okay. And so I think about, when it goes back to what good is it though when you see people that are consistently putting stuff into the atmosphere, right? Trying to get people to run up in that cookie shop. Okay. What good is it to continuously put stuff into the atmosphere and they don't know nothing about the case? A lot of these people that's screaming that, right, don't know anything about the case, but at the same time sending people over to the cookie shop. I mean, what is all of that for? When you got people that are really mentally weak and people were doing that. That's what I was talking about to a law enforcement officer the other day. You had these people put this stuff out there and try to be slick because they got a lot of weak people around them that's weak minded, and a lot of them are truly mentally ill because they're trying to gas them up to go run up into that cookie shop and take out some of them people. They gas them up to walk up to people. I just go knock on the door to let her know shit got bad found. You gassing folks up because they're violators. Record it when you do it, man. Record it when you do it. Walking up to people, walking up in people's yards because they have a sexual deviancy as it relates to women because they sick. What? How is that helping the Young Dolph case? Right? That's what I want to know. That's the only thing that I have ever put into the atmosphere, right? How is that, even if the cookie shop was involved, how is going sending people up in the cookie shop or sending people that have families that work every day but might have mental illnesses up in that cookie shop to try and do something or trying to gas them up to do something? How is that helping the Young Dolph case, y'all? I just want to stop for a minute. How is that helping the Young Dolph case? It's not. It's all about being able to violate people, right? It's jealousy. It's wanting to be able to violate folks. It's the thrill of being able to violate somebody. It ain't got nothing to do with solving these cases. These folks trying to make money. They are sick. They want to violate, and they getting people that have regular lives that's got something to lose, whether they mentally ill or not. They gassing them up and sending them out. That's what's going on. When people eating and they lying, I don't say nothing about what nobody do, especially when I know they lying as it relates to this Young Dolph case. Y'all think these investigators don't look at this stuff? The investigators look at this stuff, right? They do. Okay. But how is violating somebody, invading their privacy? How is that helping a case? And what I can't understand is how can people allow a bunch of folks that ain't never did nothing, never had nothing, ain't got half of what they got, violate, file fake reports, okay? Oh, okay, they stopped us from violating. That's how we get ready to do something else. Oh, she thinks she got it going on. I'm gonna get y'all to do this. They said got women writing up fake FBI reports and then have to read it to some of these men before they send it off. Okay, don't they know when they writing up these fake FBI reports that it's gonna backfire on them? But they don't care as long as they can hide behind some of these people. It would be different if they was doing research and they was jumping on social media. I don't know how they think they're gonna solve the Young Dolph's case because they ain't got the material to solve it. Okay. Those that claim that they trying to solve it, but we already know some of them didn't jump on here to solve it. They jumped on here to get people killed, like the witnesses, right? Anybody that knew something, okay? And so even if they was jumping on here finding material, it'd be one thing if people they had a little group and they was getting together and they was trying to dissect some stuff. But these people are getting together when it turns into harass this person, send them emails, go up to their office, go to their house, go to their place of business, go in the cookie shop, take pictures. What's that got to do with trying to, even if you think you're a shade tree investigator, what does that have to do with trying to solve anything, with trying to collect any type of information? You violating folks, okay? You violating people. And so I think it's a shame, jealousy is as cruel as the grave. What they did to Young Dolph was wrong. And you got some of the same people, and a lot of these people, while they blindly following these folks, they don't even realize it. Okay. One of the officers told me a lot of the reason that a lot of these people are doing it, they are blindly following these people. They're older people. They didn't know anything about Young Dolph. And they are blindly following people and messing themselves up, okay, because they think that they're working for a greater cause. No vlogger on here can solve the Young Dolph case, and then some of them are just scammers and they doing identity thefts, and they in it because they scallywags and they just like they jealous of other women. Okay, I never thought that I would live because see, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't be wanting to see nothing happen to no other women. But you got women that be wanting to see somebody do something to another woman because they feel like now I don't have to see her being great. They gloat about men hurting and taking out women. They gloating about it because they hoping that it'll intimidate another woman, or they hoping that something will happen to her. If we can't run her off and I got to look at her being great, maybe we got a chance of hurting her. You don't have a chance of hurting me because I'm gonna take out anything. It is well documented. Y'all think I'm a damn fool? Do y'all think I'm gonna know and get tips about what these folks doing and they have a fixation on me and I ain't doing nothing about it? Them sick motherfuckers got my phone tapped. One of them, okay, two of them, okay. And they so damn stupid. LB, I ain't gonna do nothing about that. That's my phone. She mine. I'ma keep it tapped. The officer said they can't stop. It's a pattern that we okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. But because they got other people doing it, if you got a damn computer company in Missouri, okay, why would you risk being sued to hack somebody's computer? Why would you do it? Why you gonna risk all that? You have put yourself in danger, not only of being sued, but you going to jail. And I said Missouri, so they'll know when I know what I'm talking about. That's just one of them. But it's a darn shame, y'all. The stuff that goes on, Young Dolph did not, okay? He ain't stand a chance. Because some of the same people that did this to him got a lot of people on here working, and they got for them. And then some of them are just jealous. A lot of these people join on with these people violating, okay? Because they just hate us. They just jealous hearted. You can't be jealous of God gave Young Dolph a gift. He had a gift. And that's the reason why you still hearing about it. Now, I think about Takeoff. This is how you know that God is involved in this, and no devil in hell could ever stop justice for Young Dolph. God gonna get every one of them. And it ain't got nothing to do with me or no other vlogger. This is a God thing. And that's what's got a lot of them frustrated, because they got their money, which even if it came from the devil, God had to allow them to get it. Okay. And so, because they've been able to use their money to destroy their community and commit genocide, because people put money now above their own, above God, they ain't able to put no hit on God. They ain't able to stop the justice and the karma that comes along with what they did, because it's a God thing. And it's got them frustrated. Okay. But God had given Young Dolph a gift. And so they thought when they assassinated him that they wouldn't have to hear about him anymore. They thought they wouldn't have to hear about him. They thought that was it. They wouldn't even have to hear about him anymore. Okay. Takeoff was a maybe international. You would think that the Migos was a bigger group. I'm talking about as far as mainstream, right? And we talked about Takeoff's case. And even though we know that there is some injustice in that case, people moved on and went right back to talking about Young Dolph. Even though that three other people that they got, they absolutely got three. Okay, people are not looking at that people how the jail has been a revolving door, but some of the people that have been involved and affiliated with this Young Dolph's case, it ain't been no revolving door for them, even if they are in jail on other charges. Because what the devil comes to do is steal, kill, and destroy, to keep people's minds boggled up and to make them think that it ain't no justice, to put doubt in their mind. Okay, about what the police is doing. Okay, that's what the devil does. And it gives people, because a lot of people, and it's a God's thing, are fixated on this Young Dolph's case, and I'm glad that they are. If you have a national group where Takeoff was killed, okay, where Takeoff was killed, he got a right, Boris, he got a right to feel however he want to. And Bart, he got a right to feel however he wants to, okay? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you know now, if you're coming in here trolling for somebody else, I'm letting you know now, I'm rebuking you in the name of Jesus. And any bad energy that you bring in here, I reverse it, and it will catch up with you before this day is over. You better be real careful about what you come in here and try and put into the atmosphere. Because I got some people that's in agreement with me. So if you letting somebody send you out, you better think about yourself and your family. Because ain't nobody, no sick ass vlogger on here worth being sent out. That karma is reversed. I would tell that motherfucker right now, you go troll for yourself, because it ain't worth it. Because I'm gonna tell you something. This channel is protected by God. So you better be real careful about the energy that you come up in here with when you letting somebody send you out. Period. Okay. You will see it back before the day over. You or anybody that's close to you around you. You better think well before you come up in here. Because we protect it. Okay. Cypress can think whatever he wants to. He got a right to. I don't have a Jezebel spirit on me. So if Cypress don't like Key Glock, I can't stop him from not liking Key Glock. But guess what? When Cypress come up in here or anybody, they already know that this is a channel that supports Key Glock. Okay, I don't have a Jezebel spirit. I don't try to tell people what to think or how to feel. That's for the witches and the warlocks. Okay. Okay. But Takeoff was well known internationally. Okay. And that mother that just got off the phone with me, God let her call for a reason. Because if y'all was listening to her, because we know y'all can't stop. Oh Lord have mercy. We know y'all can't stop. Y'all heard her go up into tongues in the atmosphere. God had that lady, even in her pain, to call me for a reason. She said, I still been watching your TV show. She said, but God told me to call you this morning. And she went up into the spiritual realm. You better be careful coming up in here. You better tell them devils that go down there to the grave. Okay. And consult with the dead. That God up in here and evil can't override good. So you better think about that karma before you start letting somebody send you out. You will see it back before this day over. Okay? All right? But they still couldn't stop him in death. And so what God has done is God has given everybody, okay, has allowed a lot of people to be fixated on this Young Dolph situation. Okay? And people are fixated on it for a reason, because he says, with 2 or 3 agree, I will be in the midst. Regardless of the people that's on here just to make money, people on here just to spin the narrative. Guess what? It's people on here. God has his people everywhere. It's people on here touching and agreeing. And that's why I can't understand, as people of God, how we know that we're truly touching and agreeing for justice, because Young Dolph's death represents something bigger. It ain't even just about him. It's about other little Young Dolphs that are going to come up, that you got people in the industry that get jealous of when they see greatness on them. Then if this is handled right and God has made it big, they're not going to be taking out folks' kids just because they great, and then being able to pay bottom feeding bloggers to spin the narrative, to try and find witnesses so that they can take them out. God has exposed all that. That's the reason why I say this case ain't just about Young Dolph. It's about God and him getting justice, not just for Young Dolph, but for people to come behind him. Because God says, Pharaoh got to let my people go. And so that's the reason why I can't understand how some of these black folks, when they sit up and talk about their oppression, and even if they ain't been oppressed, they got ancestors that could go along with what they know is going on because of their jealousy. You get a winner's mind like Young Dolph that learned the recipe, and God raised him up, and y'all take him out because y'all jealous? No, God has made this big so that can be stopped. Because when he made Young Dolph, he ain't stopped making them. It's another one after this. Young Dolph get jealous in totality, justice in totality, God gonna raise up. And they ain't gonna feel comfortable enough to take him out and put a bunch of bottom feeding vloggers on here to try and spin the narrative and find witnesses. That day is over. So it ain't just about Young Dolph. Okay? It's about God's people that he raising up. And that's the reason why he bringing attention to it. That's the reason why I say, how these young artists gonna shoot themselves in the foot? The record industry, they giving y'all crumbs and y'all sitting up talented, and then they pimp your talent and give you crumbs and leave you broke, busted, and disgusted. And you take out the likes of a Young Dolph that could teach you the recipe so that you can create generational wealth? No. It's too many prayers that were sealed in heaven before we were ever even born. Pharaoh got to let God's people go. And so a lot of our people have taken on that mentality of Pharaoh. Well, they did it to me, so they just gonna have to go through what I go through. Man, go take this nigga out. Number one is jealousy. They shot themselves in the foot. They took Young Dolph out, okay? And in the process, because God says that it's for an appointed time. Your destiny is for an appointed time. They going to jail. I ain't telling you what I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. They know they going to jail. They're not gonna tell you about how them folks constantly questioning them. They going to jail. So you take him out and you ultimately take yourself out. So what was the resolve? Is it just like some of these vloggers on here think, some of these women and some of these men that on here think about me? If we could just take her out of her life, we ain't got to watch her be great. Guess what? I was great before I came on here. It was already predestined before I was born, you stupid mother suckers. But because they wallow in slop so much, they such pigs, it's got their mind boggled up. So even in death, they ain't been able to stop him. God's showing them even in death, I'll raise him up and make him immortal. They still got to hear about him. The car show they had with his cars, it was so many people came from near and far, all out of town. The expressway was backed up for 3 hours. That devil was so mad. I'm hearing one of them devils say, well, them folks went down there to see his car show. Well, I tell them to try to book him for a walkthrough. I bet you that nigga they can't book him for a walkthrough because we put that nigga in his grave. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave. That's the word. Jealous of him even in death and mad because they can't even stop him in death. God said, I'll make him immortal. You're going to have to hear about it, and then you're going to have to worry about it where you're going to be paranoid. You ain't going to be able to sleep. Because I'm the only true living God. Even with that borrowed money that they got and that money they getting, I'm hearing for, because they better. Okay, let me stop, okay? We'll talk about that in platinum, okay? That some of them got, they still can't stop him. But because jealousy is as cruel as the grave, it gives them gratification when they see people acknowledging them to pop their collar saying, I took a man, for he thought he was going to be great, but he can't be out to raise his kids. His mama and them can't see him. That nigga thought he was going to be great. And God says, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. Ain't we been witnessing the get back? See, that's the reason why they send these devils that they pay crumbs. Folks selling out for crumbs, these men on here. They send these folks out that's weak-minded. They're selling out for crumbs. Okay? So that's why they send them at me, because I remind them of what God say. And in order to get to me, you're going to have to go through God. And I'm the one that's truly protected like the president. You come to my door again and you're going to see. Okay? You send one of them imps to my door again, you going to see. Okay? And I took a picture of them. They ran this picture through the system. Okay? They know what camp he come out of. We're just trying to see which vlogger he connected to. Okay? So it don't stop. And so when that person go down, when these people start going down, this person go to jail, this person go down, who she thinks she is. Because see, when people hiding behind folks, they push them to do the ultimate. Okay, well, if she thinks she gonna stop us, this is what we gonna do. We gonna file some fake reports and we gonna do this. I have alerted everybody. Ain't God good? I'm favored. Everything that they think they're gonna do, and shout out to the person that's been giving me the drop. The next thing that y'all think y'all gonna get them to do, the folks already waiting on it. And you can't put it in no fake name. When you file that report, when you file that complaint, you have to put in your real name. And guess what's going to happen? Okay? But it's a darn shame before God what these folks do. Hey, I never thought I would say this, but I don't believe CMG got them hacking folks' TVs to look at their little babies and stuff, and looking for pictures of babies and trying to sell them on the black market to pedos and all that. I don't believe CMG got them doing that. I don't believe it. Okay, I don't believe it. The spirit of God don't. I just don't believe that. Paying them to troll, yeah. But paying all this other stuff, I don't see, as far as this sexual deviancy and all of this other stuff that they got going on. CMG ain't paying them to do that. I don't believe it. Okay. But I guess it's all a part of the plan because it helps to bring down the evilness quicker. They just paying bottom feeding some crumbs so that they can go get their meth and their heroin. Hell. They ain't looking into their background. They don't give a damn about them. They know no sane person gonna get on the internet and do what these folks do. And guess what? They groups and stuff still ain't gonna get no contracts because they're gonna be in jail. Okay. I don't believe CMG is telling them to steal these folks' identities. I don't believe it. I don't believe they're affiliates. Because I hear the association is Black Youngster and Lamigo. I don't believe they're telling them to steal folks' identities. Okay. Nobody could ever make me believe that. So I got to give them some credit on that. They ain't doing that. They just paying a bunch of bottom feeders. Okay. To troll. They don't know their background because, like I said, they don't give a damn about them. Yeah, Youngster fool, but he ain't doing that. Youngster ain't doing that. Ain't nobody ever even heard about Youngster being involved in no sexual stuff. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Okay. I don't believe that. It's the people that's doing it. It was already a part of their background. Youngster them ain't looking into them folks' damn backgrounds. They just using a bunch of damn fools to troll. Okay. Hey, Michelle. But it's a darn shame, y'all. Our people sell out for crumbs. And like I said, you get somebody that, and hey, like I said, we had supported Gotti, and somebody made a statement the other day that Gotti came from another era, and he did. He really came from my era. Gotti had his time. People, people love Gotti at one time. And then, but just like anybody else, people time come, just like 3-6 had their time. Okay. 3-6 did the darn thing. Then Gotti kind of came behind it. He kind of came up off of a beefing with them. And then Young Dolph came behind him and was really get ready. God was going to use him to change the game. Because God says, Pharaoh, let my people go. And it's a darn shame that our people be in bondage. I'm talking about as far as like financially, the record industry had them in bondage with all these slave contracts. And you got black people that get key positions instead of them getting with Young Dolph and saying, look here, bruh, all of us gonna get together. We're gonna do this independent stuff. We can overthrow a lot of what they're doing as far as the record companies. We're gonna try to. I'm in a slave record deal. I commend you, just like Dr. Dre said years later when he talked about Ice Cube. He said, I gotta give Ice Cube his props. He saw what they was doing and he left. He learned the game and he got out. He went another route and he came up his way. You didn't see nobody trying to take him out. Okay. And Ice Cube talked about it. Okay. Player Code said he didn't come up off beef. He turned the streets up with beef. When you say that, what you mean, Player Code? Right. I agree with you, Grissom Hardaway. And a lot of these black rappers are allowing them to use them. They use a Yo Gotti and people like him to go out to these communities where a lot of these black boys that are very talented are in awe of. And they go, dog, Yo Gotti in my hood. Yo Gotti gonna sign me. The record industry used the likeness of him to lure in more talented African American men and sign them to slave deals, okay, and use them up, and then they leave broke, busted, and disgusted. We seeing it every day, right? He said the people loved him going at 3-6, and they did. They loved him going at 3-6, but you know what? It wasn't nobody getting killed. Nobody was dying. 3-6 had enough money to pop him, but they didn't do it. Let me see how many likes we got, you guys. Y'all keep running the likes up. Y'all keep running the likes up. Okay. But God raised somebody up like Young Dolph, and they take him out. The same thing that's going on YouTube, or they trying to do. Okay. They take him out for his greatness so that they can continuously help to um, keep people in genocide, commit genocide in their very own communities, and keep a lot of these young dudes that don't know anything about business that come from the hoods. I think about Jay, I believe his name was J90 or something. I can't think of that rapper's name from out of South Memphis, where he was talking about even when he signed, I think he was going at Young Dolph them because that's what he was told to do. But guess what? God gave the young man an epiphany. Okay. And he said, I'm 30. It was too much street stuff going on. I signed, and I don't know why people ain't playing. That should be folks should always be playing that. Cliff. Tuity says, to piggyback off your comment, Yo Gotti signed. Yo Gotti wanted to sign Young Dolph and just kept approaching him, and Young Dolph was like, no, to the point where he was like, hell no. Nah. All of a sudden, this man is dead. I agree. Okay. That's right, Kevin. Okay. And so that J90, what J90 said on his interview with Wicked, and I think that is a young man's name, Wicked. What they need to do is run Wicked up. They need to make Wicked what they make Wicked need to be the African American version of Vlad. They need to really be, showing Wicked the type of love that they show Vlad, even the car of the alleged murders. Okay, you got that right. 2T33. Okay. And so he was saying, I'm 30. He said, I'm 30. I was listening to him on Wicked. He said it was too much street stuff going on. He said, I got into rap. I signed so I could get away from that. I'm sure the young man got kids. The young man got children. So he was smart enough to understand. Ain't no telling what they tried to get him to do. He was smart enough to understand, hey, I don't listen, I want to get to the money. I was out in the street where I was gonna end up eliminated. I was gonna end up dead. If I'm gonna be in this rap stuff, I don't want to be doing the street stuff. I want to get to the money. And look at what they did to him. Now I don't know if he's still caught up in because the last, we saw that they had him tied up in contracts, but Pharaoh, let my people go. If this young man got a talent and he want to go out and crash out because he got sense enough to know that I want to be around for my kids and my family, I got into rap because I want to live just like you living. Don't send me out to be your crash dummy. Help me get to the money. If you say I got the talent, you got to get that man his props for having that type of mind. Even if he was doing it at first, God gave him an epiphany. And so that's why I said, let him go. Let him out of his contract. A lot of these people wreaking karma because if they can't get somebody to crash out, they feel like that I got the power to hold him down, and God whooping them cat ragged. Let that boy go so he can make his money and come up. Just don't let him put you into no beefs, J90, because him and that other little dude is pretty talented. Okay. But that's what I mean when I say, Pharaoh, let my people go. Now, God raised somebody like Black Youngster up. Have y'all ever been around Macmillan? That's the Flatfoot trenches. That's the trenches of South Memphis. Macmillan almost like North Memphis. It's the trenches. That's the trenches of South Memphis, okay? All right. God raised him up. And I don't talk about Black Youngster a whole lot because I have a deep love for some of Black Youngster's family. A deep love. I have a 40-year friendship with his cousin. I played with his mama when we were little because she would be over her cousin's house spending the night. I remember her. She got the same smile Black Youngster got. I remember as a little girl when we would be playing mamas and stuff. We'd be playing mama. She would be the mama because she was the mature one. We were playing with the baby dolls and stuff. And she would always smile. And she had them chocolate gums, just like Black Youngster. And she got the exact same smile as a child. The first thing I said to my best friend was when she asked, she said to me, "Do you know who Black Youngster mama is?" I said, I don't know, because I ain't seen this mama since I was about 12. I said, no, I don't know who she is. Then I'm not gonna say her name on here. So then she said her name. She said, "My cousin, you know." I said, "Oh my God." And I was like, he got the same smile his mama got when she was a little girl, and probably still got. I ain't seen her. Okay. I ain't seen her since I was 12, and I'm in my 40s. So I kind of go easy on him because she pops in here. I see her brother. You know, I mess with her brother the long way. Her brother was a baby. Her mom and my mama, which is his great aunt, they still talk on the phone several times a week. Cypress, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She FaceTimed me yesterday. That lust demon rising up. Okay, that lust demon rising. But even with the respect and whatever conversations we have, I don't regurgitate or anything like that because I care more about my friendship. When you've been rocking with somebody for 40 years, that ain't no friendship. That's family. We tell folks we cousins. Okay. Lee says, but here's the thing. The Bible says, whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's gonna reap. And it's reaping season. That's all I have to say about that. And let Pharaoh, let my people go. And a lot of these people, when they create this bad karma for themselves, they consistently do evil, whereas they ought to be trying to get their life right. Okay, so God can give them some grace to go through what they created for themselves. Because them people that plotted and them people that took Young Dolph out, they created that karma for themselves, and you got to pay. They got to pay for that. It ain't nothing that they could do. It ain't nobody that they could take out. It ain't nothing that they could do to ever stop what's gonna happen. Emerald says everything he said, I believe him and watched. And listen, I'm not buying whatever CMF has to say. Dolph said it on the interview. Yeah, Dolph said it. And the thing about it was, Dolph said it. Dolph said it. Tootie. Mm. I was looking at that again. I was calling you Tuity. And I looked at it again. I said, that's Tootie. I don't know why I looked at that wrong. But even in death, y'all, even in death, even with all of the shenanigans and stuff, and let me just say this, okay? It don't make me feel good about Straight Drop being in jail as a African American woman. Okay, and I know people gonna say, well, you just fake F you. Whoever think that, okay? It don't make me feel good because Straight Drop was born the same year that my oldest child was born, so he could have easily been my child. And so Straight Drop has to pay for what he has done. And so Straight Drop is a and so Straight Drop is a young man Straight Drop is a real handsome young man. My daughter said to me one time, Mom, my oldest daughter child, she said, Mama, I ain't gonna tell no stories. If I had seen Straight Drop in Memphis before this stuff happened with Young Dolph and he tried to talk to me, I sure would have talked to him. And it's funny because my daughter kind of looks like his baby mama. When I looked at his baby mama, I said, she looks just like my baby. My baby just real tall. She like real tall, like a model. And so they could have marketed him to the young girls that were his age. He wasn't that good of a rapper, but he wasn't a bad rapper. He could have gotten better. He was a handsome kid. And instead, what they did was they saw that he already had a mental illness, because any man that sexually assaults a woman has a mental illness. Don't nobody that's sane, don't no man that's sane do that. I don't give a care if the opportunity presents itself. A man that's mentally sane gonna say, hell no, I don't want no drunk woman. That woman laid out there passed out. I don't do it like that. I'm a real one. I want her to be woke where she can say yes or no. I don't rock like that. Okay. Thank you, Antico, for the cash app. I don't rock like that. Okay. But anybody that does that already, Straight Drop was already crashing out. One of the officers was telling me, maybe like a week and a half ago or something. I was talking to one of them, was saying that they knew Straight Drop's mama, and Straight Drop was not like that. They were saying something. She was telling me that they were saying that he started hanging with the wrong people, and he just turned completely left. And it's funny when she said it, because when I was referring to Jamarcus, because everybody say that Jamarcus is his brother, and she kept saying the cousin. And I remember I was telling y'all that, and I said his half brother. She kept saying she made sure she said the cousin, Jamarcus, the cousin. I don't know though, because I thought it was his half brother. I don't know. Okay. And so yeah, they could have marketed Straight Drop and told him, listen, look here, if you get your life right, look here, bro, we got to make money. We ain't got time. We'll keep our weapons on us in case we have to defend ourselves. That's the reason why Young Dolph wasn't busting back at him, because Young Dolph was a hustler. He says, I think about where I'm at, and then I think about the past. Okay? When he really want to crash. And so they knew he didn't want to lose nothing. They wanted him to either bust back and lose everything, or they just wanted to take him out of his life. And so they don't have to reap for what they did to him, because they just weren't satisfied until they killed him. Okay? They just wasn't satisfied until they took him out. But they took a young man that they could have polished his talent. Straight Drop is a handsome young kid. Okay? And they could have marketed him to the young girls and helped to grow. He looked a lot better than some of the ones that they got around him. He would have pulled wherever the women at. That's where the men gonna come to. That's straight. Okay, the heterosexual men, hell, and even some of the gay men, because a lot of them want to be like the women. So he would have been able to pull a crowd of young women, but instead, what they did was they saw a kid that was already, and he a kid up under a lot of these old niggas that was already crashing out and had that was already troubled, and they helped him to crash out. Because when I tell you, he ain't coming home no more, he ain't. Now, it's some people on the internet, okay? It's some people on the internet that's been saying, because somebody came into my chat either the day before yesterday or yesterday when I was on live, saying that Straight Drop supposed to plead out. Now I ain't heard that. I'm not gonna get on here and lie. I ain't heard it. The only thing I know is that Straight Drop is supposed to go back to court on December the 1st, right? Well, Judge Coffee say that if he convicted, they're gonna give him 61. So if they saying if he plead out, they give him 51. It ain't no difference. That's the reason why I don't believe he gonna plead out. What's the he gonna die in jail either way. But now if he let the Lord use him, if he let the Lord use him for real, he'll come home in 25. Okay, but he gonna really have to speak in tongues. Okay. Imagine building an empire just to throw it all away because of your own jealousy. And so these people have been relentless. And like I said, a lot of this stuff that go on, do I believe that CMG is paying for it? But now I'm gonna tell you what one of the investigators said. The one of the investigators said from the very beginning that it was money, it was money behind these hackers that and I think that's being looked at, and I know it is. It's money behind these hackers, but some of them are getting them, off of Fiverr. Some of them are getting them off of Facebook. Um, these people be working for phone companies and stuff, and y'all take money to reroute people's calls. Don't y'all know y'all going to jail? How you mess up your career? Well, I was just doing it for extra money. Ain't mean no harm. These folks crazy. Okay. Um, I I do. Well, I'm okay. I can't. I'm not gonna reveal that. I'm not going to do that. He will be home in 65 years. Yeah, I got to be honest. I had not heard that he was gonna plead out. Now, somebody put that in my chat yesterday that Straight Drop was pleading out. I ain't heard that. Mm. Cause we all will be up out of here by then. I know. In 65 years, a lot of us will be gone on home to be a lot of us I'll be going on home to be with the Lord. Some of these other folks gonna be gone on wherever they gonna go. They're gonna die and go somewhere, child. We don't know where. That's why Juke messy and he gonna get jammed up. Right, Dan, I'm 55. I damn sure be out of here. Rose said they see some funny energy. Rose, are you male or female? I need to know so I won't call you a man if you're a woman. But they could have easily marketed him to the girls his age. But instead what they did was they helped to mess his life up. And guess what? God gonna Straight Drop got to pay for what he did. But at the same time, because he was a lot younger than them, God gonna make them pay for helping to lead him to that burning house. So that's another thing that they got to pay for. These people ain't just paying for what they did to Young Dolph. They're gonna be paying for a whole lot of stuff. Michelle, I'm too front of you. But yeah, y'all, it's sad to see that our people are still selling out, i.e., what we see these vloggers doing, a male and female on here, okay, with their hate, their hate and their jealousy, and working together in these sectors to try and take down other people because they working with a record company or somebody that works. They're actually working for a person that works with some of these record labels. Okay, they kind of deal with that person. Get them for the old and the new. Damn it, I know that's right. The reality, that lady, she was going in with me a bit with some different energy. I was telling her that's her opinion. I ain't never seen her here. Crooked Drop said it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem for him to do it. He finessing his situation. I wonder what he's talking about. Who y'all think handling Straight Drop page? At this point. I say at this point, Lord have mercy. Cypress, I said in front, not behind, because a player coach said he think that Straight Drop handling his own page. I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, it was so many people at the car show. Lord have mercy. Maybe that was him that came in here the other night and said, "I'm the one that killed Young Dolph." Remember, I was on live was I on live last night? Y'all know I'm getting old. When was that last night when the person came in here and said, my kids be talking about me. My kids like, Mama, when I turn, I'm in my 40s. I'm going over into my mid 40s. When I get your age, no, actually I'm in my mid 40s. I said I'm in my mid 40s. When I get your age, Mama, I sure hope I don't when I get old, I hope I don't lose my memory. Jacqueline, you said you think it was the meatloaf lady? Because whoever was said you a fake old lady. And the person said I killed Young Dolph. And we was on late. We was on late. So we was on late. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't know though. I believe it was a vlogger that was doing that. I kind of yeah, that was another vlogger that was involved in that. Player Cole said Drop be online trying to free his mind. Well, if he come on YouTube, that ain't helping his mind. Shit. Shout to all the 50 and fine ladies. Mm-hmm. I be seeing how these women looking in their 50s. They be giving the real but I'm not too far from 50. I got some years. And a lot of the women in their 50s, they banging. They banging. I hate to see a lot of these young girls. You could tell that, I mean, they be in their 20s and 30s, early 30s and stuff. They look terrible. They be on pills and stuff. Oh, they look like old junkies. Oh, Lord help us. Cypher says, shout out to all the women from your boy Lust Demon, Cypress TV. Oh, yes, Cypress. I gave you that name. You got a lust demon on you. You have a whoremongering spirit. The Bible says, when with a man is worldly, he's a whoremonger. I'm gonna tell you something. Being in my mid 40s, I would never want to go back. I get to thinking about like how far I've came. Like I would never want to go back. You know how people say you act like people long to be in their 20s. I would never want to go back to be in my 20s. I wouldn't even want to go back and be in my early 30s. I'm so content and happy with where I'm at now. I am just with my mindset, all of that. I'm content. But I see now, even I handle a lot of things differently. Even um Boris says, man, I'm 37. Folks be 25 looking. I'm telling you, like a lot of these people, I look at a lot of these young girls, like a lot of the girls that's my daughter's age. My oldest daughter is 25. My a lot of the girls that's my baby age look like they look wore out. They look like they are in their 50s. They look like they're in their 50s, y'all. And that comes from how they dog themselves out. They smoking, they drinking. They got all kinds of bad spirits around them. That's the reason why I always tell my babies, be careful about don't let people with bad spirits around you because they'll drain the life out of you. Spirits transfer, they attach. That's the reason why I don't let I'm so content with not letting any and everybody in my space because I think a lot. I think and I'm always trying to create. And so I don't let any and everybody in my space. I don't do it. Yeah, bad food does it too. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I be fasting, right, and that's how I keep my weight down. I get my weight off and I keep it down. Sometimes I go on binges. You know how you go on a binge, but I fast until like for the most part, like I won't eat until. But I started buying me fresh pineapples. Like when I get too hungry, I won't eat until like 1 or 2 o'clock, and I break my fast, right. And yesterday I was kind of fasting. And then when I got ready to break my fast, I had bought me some low salt. I like potato chips, right? I bought me some low salt potato chips. Now I was up rearranging some stuff, rearranging like my office area in my house and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna end up, getting me something to eat. But I opened up the bag of chips and put like a few of the chips after not eating all day, breaking my fast. I should not have done that. I was like, I'm gonna eat some of these potato chips. Y'all, right after I ate some of those potato chips, and I just put me some in a little bowl. Right after I ate those potato chips, I got sluggish. It's like my I started feeling like down. I was like, dog, I'm tired. I sat down on the couch. I was like, dog, I'm tired. Like, I wasn't up. Before that, I was thinking about some stuff as I was cleaning. I was like, I need to do this, this, and that. Just having ideas. Like, it started messing. It's like it started messing with my mental state. And I said, that's the reason why a lot of these people, this foods, you see a depression. And I ain't gonna talk about that a lot because they get mad when you start trying to educate people on stuff. If you fast and you see how you're up and going and you're able to clean up and some more stuff, just pay attention to after you eat certain foods and see how your mind, your mental state change, and then how you start to get real sluggish. Slims Valentino says, "Live by faith." Yeah, and I said, I'm not. Even though that that big bag is in there, I'm not. I noticed that yesterday, and I had been fasting. I was like, I said, I see what's going on. I'm not gonna even eat any more of that. Like, I have not even like I did drink me some coffee, but with my coffee, what I started doing was because I love coffee. What I do is I buy zero that syrup with zero sugar in it. Okay, that skinny syrup, and I put a little bit in there of that in my coffee, and that's how I drink my coffee. And so I still haven't eaten anything. And when I break my fast, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat me some real food. I've already taken my chicken wings out. I'm throwing them on the grill. And I'm making me a broccoli and cauliflower casserole. Y'all know the one that I had put on the thing on my community page once. I'm gonna make that. And watch, my energy is not gonna go down. It's like when I grill my food, I'll bake it, but I like grilling it. It's something different about. I like that grill taste, child. I like to grill my chicken. Lee says I've been on coconut water lately. What I do is I go into Dollar Tree. I go into Dollar Tree, and like I like to go into Marshalls or Ross's, and all of the alkaline water that they have out is cheaper in Dollar Tree. I try to all of it that's out. I buy it. I got so much alkaline water. That's the only thing I drink. But I'll go into I started finding that like Dollar Tree, they if I talk to the cashier, they'll go back there and get me. I always get like they'll bring me out the cases, and I'll get like 2 or 3 cases of it of the alkaline water, and it'd be like the liter and a half or 2 liters, and that's what I drink. And you have to be careful. I'm gonna say this, like with Nestle, you have to be careful about that Nestle water because Nestle water has a lot of sodium in it. And when my mother drinks that Nestle water, it swells her feet up. That's how you know it has a lot of sodium in it. Like when you buy that cheap Kroger water, if you notice, no matter how much you drink of it, you don't go to the restroom and pee. Pay attention to that because whatever they got in it, it retains water. It retains water. I love core water too. One of my favorite waters is diamond water. Oh my god, the Dollar Tree had Al Alani protein and Premier protein shakes. Could not believe it. Break that fast with healthy food. Right, with pineapples and stuff. Yeah. And what I do now is I used to like buy pineapples in the cup. Um So what I do now is I just buy the whole pineapple and it be so good. And I just cut them. I just start cutting them fresh. Oh, it be so freaking good. I got one in there. Since watermelon season is over, because y'all know I'm a watermelon fan. Oh my God, I could eat watermelon, seeded watermelon. I don't buy seedless watermelons. I could buy watermelon for morning, noon, and night. And I wish I was in Florida because y'all know that watermelons are not out. Well, they got seedless watermelons out, but in Florida, they sell seeded watermelons all year round. I wish I was in Florida too and visiting my friend because I would buy me about 10 watermelons or about five because they're ruined pretty quick. And I'll bring them on back home. Oh, I love a watermelon. My youngest daughter gonna say, "Mama, I bet when you go to sleep, you dream watermelon down." I was like, "Yes." Oh my God. They try to say that's a slave food, child. Y'all know they tried to um um come at me. Somebody did something. She thinks she's some, but she eat watermelon. Do you know where I can get a good one at? I guess they thought that talk about that slave food. Uh-huh. You know where I can get a good one at? Right now, today, I'll give you $10. I'll give you $20 if you help me out. Since it's a slave food, tell me where I can go get me a good one that's seeded, okay? So I can eat some more of that good old slave food, child. I'm going to cut down on the coffee because they couldn't do my deep cleaning of my teeth because my blood pressure. Yeah, coffee will shoot your blood pressure up. That's the thing too. That's what people need to know. Coffee will take your blood pressure up. Yep, Michelle. Dollar Tree also starting to have $5 and up items. Good brands. Also, the healthy balanced juice like cranberry and others has 1 gram of sugar, and it's so good. Yeah, I love cranberry grape sugar free. Oh, I love that cran grape. Oh, that cran grape. I love it. And what people need to just buy cranberries with if they have like a bladder infection or something like that. Cranberries is what get rid of bladder infections. Try doing 1 cup a day and make sure it you have coffee. Drink 3 bottles if of water. That's what you need to match 1 cup of coffee. Really, I didn't know that. It's a watermelon and chicken. Thank you, A Savage, for the cash app. I appreciate that. Watermelon and chicken. I know they said black coffee is better for you, but I have to have something in mind. It said, "Hey, not no money bag your water." Stephanie says, "You are so correct, Miss Tamara. Some water is high in sodium. Fiji's. Oh, I love Fiji and Stephanie. Um, don't you know that Dollar Tree sells that Fiji water? So smooth and good for the overall health of your skin. I love it. Like they sell the smaller bottles, but I be racking up on them. I got a lot of them in there. I love that water. It's and you could tell like it cleanses you out. Like a lot of people don't even have regular bowel movements because um some of this water just ain't right. And I'll tell you another. I was ordering it, and I think I'm gonna start back ordering it because I can't find it. The Icelandic water is my favorite. I like the core water. I like the smart water. I think that's just the name of it, smart water. Yeah, I love me some watermelon. That Memphis fountain water has to be nasty. You know what? At one time they said Memphis was one of the cities with the best water. Memphis and another city. I don't know if it was St. Louis or I don't, it might have not been St. Louis. But I know Memphis and another state. But when I'm gonna tell y'all something, when we used to go up to Indiana to visit my family, their water was disgusting. Like we would get the runs. Their water was so nasty. It was a greenish color. Like it was disgusting. Their water is disgusting in Indiana. I don't know. Yeah, because even when we go up there now, we buy water bottles. Like our stomach and stuff would start running off. And then when they would come to Memphis, my cousins and stuff, they'll say, "Oh, y'all water don't taste the same," because they was used to drinking that nasty water up there. I know that's right, Teresa. I have a lot of everything. I was getting ready to go to the store. I was trying to find a reason. Y'all know I love Big Lots. It's my favorite store. Oh yeah, Dollar Tree has that. Has Fiji water now. And I was like, I need to get me some tape. And so I was just getting ready. I was excited because I love going to the Big Lots. And now I thought about, because I said I was gonna start doing things differently. Okay, because I just spend. And so my mind was like, go and into your storage area. I had so much darn tape in there, it didn't make no sense. But I still got to go to the store. And I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go, to a corner store to get me some charcoal. Because I went to the store the other day to get me some charcoal and I walked out with everything but charcoal. Miss T, try Spring Valley water and thank me like, okay, I'm gonna try that. He said Memphis water has turds in it. Lord have mercy. I tell you, I ain't never heard that scheme team. I ain't never heard Memphis water got turds in it. Mm-hmm. Um, let's see, you about more than charcoal. I know. That's why I said I'm just gonna go to a corner store so I could just get the charcoal and and leave. Yeah, hit the like button for me if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Like, share, and subscribe for me. Lord have mercy. Hold on, y'all. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Um, we need them. Okay, we need a members live. Okay, we said that we're gonna continue with our book club. We're gonna do a members live later today for everybody for the book club for all levels, and we'll continue with our book club starting tonight. How about that? Tonight at 6. I'm gonna schedule it tonight at 6 or 7. What time y'all want to do it tonight? At 6 or 7? Like when everybody have already finished eating and all of that, and we'll finish our book. And we was talking about we was because what I oh I know what I'm gonna do too. And we'll finish that, and then we'll start talking about. And remember, I said that I have an attorney that I know who is gonna come to the members only. Um, and she's a attorney that's licensed in Tennessee and in Mississippi. Awesome attorney. And when she was working in bankruptcy law, she said that God gave her the opportunity to see that so many of our people were perishing because of the lack of knowledge. And so she said she worked in bankruptcy law for years, and then she got out of it. And now she does criminal law and she does family law. Those are her two expertise. And so she she said that God had told her to start helping his people by teaching telling them by teaching them what they need to do to get their credit score up and to get out of debt, because she had the opportunity to see why so many people are still in debt when she was working in there. And she said she think God allowed her to work in that field of law for so many years to gain, to get that knowledge. And now she's going to start educating others, especially our people, on how to get out of debt, what you do about your credit, because I know a lot of people pay credit counselors and stuff like that. She's doing it all for free. She says she's giving back. She's not trying to sell anything. She don't have no books or nothing like that. She did give me a book that has been helping me a whole lot, because y'all know when you are in business, a lot of times you can have a lot of overheads, and I got quite a bit of overheads. That happens when you're in business. Okay, that can just happen. Okay, where you can you have a lot of overheads, right? But she's been teaching a whole lot. I mean, she's been showing a whole lot about what you do when you reach out to the credit bureaus. And I mean, God is just she is just awesome. And so I asked her if she would come into my members and educate my members and do like a session where she comes in like once a week for like a month and do a session on helping people that want to be helped on to raise their credit score and get them started on how to get out of debt without them having to go and pay people. And she said, I sure will. She said, I sure will do it. Diane Bowens, not everything good. And Rose, and he's gonna act up. He says Cypress won't speak on it. But Rose says Diane Juke always act up. He heard Prive made 30K the other night. He posted he won his cut. Also, he was slick bragging. He was just slick bragging because Privé made 30,000 the other night. You know, hey, that's his mama's restaurant, and I'm happy to see, his mother restaurant do well. But Memphis, it seemed like to me, if his mama's restaurant is making 30,000, don't that means that Memphis is supporting his family. Okay, they supporting his family. They creating the Memphians creating generational wealth in his family business, and they don't think they owe Memphis more than that. So Memphis is just the pimp, and then send destruction back to. If you help all these little dudes to kill each other out, then it ain't gonna be nobody go to Privé because they single handedly started that. If everybody gone, don't get me started. You weren't in here earlier. I had to go and find me some barbecue. Cypress asked Michelle what she doing. He says, Michelle, what you doing? Oh Lord, that lust demon is in full effect, y'all. Okay, well then Memphis don't owe them either. They need to quit going to their restaurant. So the Memphians need to stop going to Privé then, right? Because it's many restaurants in Memphis that are nice restaurants that sell good food. Hell, all folks we want to do is get their belly full. Hell, um, I'm no happy about a MO thing that has to do with Gotti. Period. He said, "Oh, I guess I was looking at that. I was like, maybe somebody has told him to, or they've agreed that they're not going to post as much for some reason because something is going on. Maybe try to act. But she was on the boat, and she posted a few days ago. I'm somebody's dream girl." Teresa said, "You better tell Player Code not to go to Privé." I don't think nobody could hold him back from going to Privé, child. He probably up in there now. I bet Player Code up in Privé right now. Oh my god. Cypress crazy. Lord have mercy. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I forgot to tell you, Palmito State Armory also has safety classes and women shoot free on Wednesdays in Columbia. Oh wow. That's awesome. I don't know. It's been going around that he was seen in Las Vegas with his longtime nurse boo, and he was seen. So I don't know if him and Angela has an agreement or the nurse. Cypress, no. Mm. I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna put something in the platinum today. I think I'm gonna upload a video because I had got it some tea about who he was messing with in Memphis. And that's the reason why, child, I just sits back and look. Cypress, the lust demon, it hit different when God had come home, name comes up. Black people don't understand how much power our money have. We are the big. Yes, we are. Sometimes you cannot believe your homeboy is dumb enough to do the stuff that you would not think that he would do. Oh yeah, YG is paranoid. Uh-huh. Yeah, since y'all brought that, yeah, I'm gonna drop some tea in the platinum. I ain't think nobody cared because I mean, folks was already saying that him and Angela's relationship was fake. But I mean, I had been got the tea on who he was going with in Memphis. We been said this relationship was a PR stunt. Folks saying him and Angela for promotion. Only in my wildest dreams. Mm. It's only in my wildest dreams. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, what Cypress say? I don't see his comment. He said, Teresa, what beans? Cypress, we heard what your friend said the other day in the background. He said you won't tell them why they took out Young Dolph. That means you he said he won't even tell me why they took out Young Dolph. So that means you know. You know more than what you're saying, Cypress. I heard your friend in the background. And Cypress gonna say he was just talking. He wasn't just talking. He wasn't just talking. Y'all hit the like button for me. Michelle said, yeah, he knows a lot. Cypress, you need to spit it out. You need to spit it out. Tell us what you know, bro. Tell us what you know, bro. That's a rhyme. Tell us what you know, bro. Tell us what you know, bro. I had to rewind that he told you Cypress and you agreed. Moneybag is mad. He didn't want them to do that to Dolph. Dolph helped him. I need a plug. You know what, Moneybag, when they did that to Dolph, that really put a stagnation on his career because y'all do know Moneybag is um international material. I don't ever try to take his talent away from him. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Hold on. I just put the members link in there. Yeah, I'm gonna upload a video to the platinum, and we're gonna do a members tonight for everybody because we're continuing the book club. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get off because I'm getting ready to break my fast, and I gotta pray before. That's something I used to do and I stopped doing. But we are gonna come on tonight. What time y'all want to come on in members tonight to finish to continue the book club? Y'all want to come on at 6 or y'all want to come on at 7 or y'all want to come on at 8? Because I know on Saturdays people be up and running. What time y'all think would be a good time to come on in members tonight? 6, 7, or 8? Yeah, what time y'all want to come on tonight in members to resume our this will be our first book club meeting in a while. At 7? Okay, if everybody want to come on at 7, that's fine. I'll schedule it for 7. And then I'm gonna upload a video in platinum. Nuta, you said 7 or 8. So which one y'all want? The majority, we'll go with whatever the majority says. Y'all want to come on at 7 or 8? Okay, Emeralds, that'd be cool. I think some people say they have issues upgrading to platinum on their phone. I think you have to upgrade on a computer. I think. Yeah, I think you have to upgrade on the computer. Okay, we'll come on at 8 p.m. Everybody should already be done doing whatever they need to do and kind of settle in because folks ain't hanging out at night no more because it ain't safe. Yeah, people say they have a hard time upgrading on their phone. You have to upgrade from your computer. Make sure you upgrade on your computer, okay? All right, you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate your support. Y'all absolutely rock. Y'all make this channel what it is. I appreciate y'all when I have my little emotional situations going on because I really just got emotional when um Mother Loft called me and to let me know because I had been thinking about her and because she normally called me every Saturday and Sunday when my gospel show is on TV. And I had not heard from her. I was like, I gotta call to make sure she okay. And to hear that her husband passed away, and she just told me that it really hurt me. She was like, I was listening to you say your dad passed in March. My husband passed in May. She said, I had been so hurt. I had not even been able to call you and tell you that my husband had passed away in May. I was like, oh my God. Because I remember when she used to ask me, will you come and see me? She started calling me just by seeing me on TV. And I always try to cater to the seniors because I understand that they be getting lonely and stuff, and they support my show, my TV show, so much because they don't know anything about the internet. That's another reason why I stay on TV, and I'm gonna start growing my network. I have kind of been stagnant because I go in and out of, I won't say depression, but it's like every time I get started to continue because my dad and I had so many plans together. I get started to try to move on. I start reading like the notes that my dad left behind at the office and stuff. And it really was just breaking me down, right? And and so when she called me and said she was like, we was together 60, we was married for 62 years, and she's 84. So she had been with him for a long time, and to just hear the sadness in her voice, it just hurt me so bad because she was one of the ones. She was like, but I got up the strength to call you today to tell you. She said, because when I was listening to you, God told me to call you and pray for you. And but with all of these attacks, on here. But guess what? Hey, I'm bulletproof. Just like Young Dolph says, I'm devil proof. And we understand it's the jealousy of the enemy and the devil. And I'm devil proof because I got prayers around me. That lady started praying for me, even in her pain, with her voice cracking, talking about her husband that passed away back in May, all of a sudden, after 62 years of marriage. That lady went up in tongues. Every devil around me gonna be slayed. Everybody that has violated me, that has hacked me, that think they still listening to my phone calls because of their sickness, that's a whole nother situation. The reason why I don't even get mad no more, because God is a God of justice. Everybody that has violated me on here, all these men, all these women, okay, God get ready to take them down. Okay. You mark my word because I have favor. God gives you favor when you write with the right people. And when he says the prayers of the righteous avail it much, they deal in voodoo and witchcraft and stuff like that. They praying to somebody else. And so they think that they can go and consult with the dead and that's going to protect them. But if I had to bet on anybody, I bet on the God that I serve and the prayers that have gone up into the atmosphere that surround me, that makes me devil proof. That's the reason why when they was deleting my videos and hacking my account before I even knew what they was doing, they thought, well, we got it this time. We didn't win and deleted her videos. You had that crackhead vlogger to get up on his blog, and I still got the video and got it recorded from last year. I bet she hates she mess with me now. Her show is gonna fail. They had just deleted all my videos, and my mama went up into the spiritual realm, and I bet you he can't catch a break now, and it still ain't done because they talked about my daddy. Okay. And just like he was sending them devils, they were sending them devils over to my chat and say, when you consult with the dead will come back and deal with you. He was sending them folks over to my chat. Okay, so you made that fake page and you talked about my daddy. I know it was you. Okay, and so since that's what you believe, okay, I believe that you're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, you put that into the atmosphere, but you just didn't know that you were speaking it into your very own life. And I don't wish death on nobody. But he says, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. They're gonna have to deal with it. Not only as far as the law is concerned, these folks on here dealing with identity theft, and then think the FBI ain't interested. They think because they filing fake FBI reports and got these folks filing all kinds of fake stuff, getting them caught up in legal trouble by falsifying government documents, that takes the people off of their trail while they do work, when it only proved, when I was screaming on every rooftop, it only proved, they helped me to prove my case. Okay? Because he said, I'll go before you when you right. And so I had prayers around me, and God was going before me. Okay? So each and every one of them, because of their jealousy, and you still got folks on here jealous. Somebody sent me a video of somebody the other day. They said, don't make no sense how that person jealous of you. They were sitting up gloating. Okay? Happy about some stuff. I ain't never in my life been so jealous of somebody that I wanted to see somebody take them out. Then had the nerve to sit up on here and talk about they want justice for Young Dolph, and they got the same kind of spirit as them devils that took Young Dolph out. So when it's all said and done, it ain't had nothing to do with anything that happened to Young Dolph other than jealousy. That was the core of it. And a lot of these devils on here got the same spirit. They didn't look at, they got a vlog, and they had the potential to make that vlog whatever they wanted to make it. But instead, they got on here thinking that they could block the blessings of a person that was favored before I ever came back on the scene. You can't stop that. My favor don't come from man. My favor comes from a higher power that a devil in hell can't touch. And so with all they hacking, they still ain't been able to stop me because I'm devil proof. Okay? Folks was jealous of my daddy because I bragged about my daddy. I had a vlogger and guess what? His page gone. To get up on his did a live, had a lot of those vloggers who are low down, that's behind some of them other pages talking. He set up on his platform Ghetto DVD talking about my daddy. Ghetto DVD didn't know nothing about me, but he had a battery in his back from paperwork party, and they run that Young Dolph unsolved bullshit. Okay. And so he was talking, they talk about her daddy. This had other vloggers because I was proud that my daddy was a successful Black man that did amazing things for the community. But they weren't just mad about that. They was mad because I sat up proud and said, my daddy helped me to start my business. I thought, well, hey, as a Black woman, a lot of our communities don't have parents that can help them to invest in them, to help them to start something, to try to create some wealth for their family. And they set up on their platform jealous about that. Then came to my Facebook page, coming into my messenger, messing with me, saying, yeah, that's why your daddy dead. Because they was jealous of my daddy greatness, and they gonna deal with that. Okay, the prayers went forth, and I take prayer over any voodoo that these devils put into the atmosphere because it can't win. I got the right people on my side, and that's already been sealed. Okay, and so I got to pop my collar a little bit because I was sitting at my computer and I was trying to think of some stuff as it relates to a target that I wanted to make before the end of the year. And then I heard, I was like, dog, what do I need to do? Because I always had my daddy to show me how to project stuff, what I needed to do this, and that. He was the brains because he was a winner. He was a successful black man. He was a winner. Okay. When my daddy retired, okay, because he had been into what he had been in, okay, for 43 years. When he turned in his stuff when he retired, 30 days after he retired, he got a 900 and something $1,000 check. Okay. And I used to cry because I said he worked all them years protecting the citizens, trying to fight for the citizens. And although he made a lot of money, he created his own wealth. He retired and he didn't get to enjoy his $1 million. But because he was a made man, you sick motherfuckers, he was made, you bitch ass niggas. He left that wealth behind for his kids. And regardless to what that sick ass bitch say, he had a wife. But guess what? He left some of that wealth behind for his kids. And so I don't got to get up and go. Y'all can hack all y'all motherfuckers want to. I don't go to no jobs unless I want to go. Because that black man did that. You motherfuckers ought to be trying to create some wealth for your own kids, you bitch ass niggas. Because I'm sitting fat with racks taller than the motherfucking Alamo. You know why? Because Rick did that, you fuck niggas. Folks always trying to dig graves instead of getting about saying, you know what, Tamara, what your daddy do? Because I want to be a black man like that. Them niggas was glad that my daddy was dead. That motherfucker with his sick ass got on his platform and lied like I talked about his son. Motherfucker, you should be doing shows on your goddamn son, bitch. But instead, he was afraid that I was going to dig and figure out what he had going on with him when I never gave a damn about him and still don't. But guess what? Because of his lust for me, he got the authorities to dig him. Because God says, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. So whoever you send out, it ain't going to do nothing but backfire on you. We know about what you're doing now. He pushing them women to the limit because some of them are mentally ill. Some of them got lives, got children, and letting them push them over the cliff. But guess what, nigga? I'm devil proof. Okay? I don't care how much fire you try to throw at me. I'm going to walk through and it ain't going to have no char or no smoke on me. You know why? Because I'm devil proof. Okay? And that's all I got to say about that. And so when folks say, what you said about, I don't, listen, I got a winner's mind. I always have. I get out and I can make my own stuff. I'd rather have my daddy. I don't give a damn about no money. I know how to, I get out and guess what? And you don't see me running through nothing. You know why? Because my daddy taught me when you get lump sums of money, you put that away because you put that away for your children. So when I leave here, my kids gonna have something. Instead of these niggas getting about doing that for their lineage, they on here trying to dig graves for a favor person. You can't touch me. No matter what kind of lie you come up with. I was talking to my friend last night that worked for the FBI. She don't know nobody. I said, they filing them fake reports. He said, let me tell you something. You ain't got, listen, you can't stop nobody. He said, why worry about something you can't control? He said, you can't control it. So why you gonna worry about it? He said, as the FBI has a duty to look into stuff. When people write up these elaborate schemes and these lies, they have to look into it. He said, let the FBI do their job. Let them do their job, because when they look into it, they're going to know that they're lies. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to put out warrants for their arrest. Okay? See, the devil, my grandmother used to always say, the devil will mess himself up trying to mess you up. And that's exactly what they've done with their bottom feeding mentality. Yeah, I got to live the rest of my life without my dad. I got to live the rest of my life without him. But guess what? You fuck nigga, you sick ass motherfucker. I got a lifetime of memories. Okay? I got a lifetime of memories. Nothing but good memories. I wonder, can folks that have lost their loved ones say that? Because I got nothing but a lifetime of good memories. And guess what? He did what he was supposed to do. And he looked at me before a couple days before he passed away, and said, I can't live like this. I got to go. I got to go. I done did what I was supposed to do. Now it's time for me to go off the scene. I left that behind. I made you a leader. I instilled that into you, and you lead your sister. You fuck nigga. You can't touch my daddy in death. I bet your kids ain't nowhere near proud of you. And he did that. He made his mark. And now when I see folks, they say, ain't you Rick, daughter? Girl, your daddy sure made a difference. Your daddy paid my grandmama. Your dad and them came together and rebuilt my grandmama's house. It was falling in South Memphis. Girl, your daddy used to open up this restaurant. We didn't know how we was going to eat. Your daddy was on TV. He taught us this. Your dad did that. Your daddy did that. Your daddy made a difference. And it makes me stick my chest. How can you niggas say that while you're on here digging ditches? Can you? The same type of mentality as the niggas that killed Young Dolph. And guess what? He immortal. He immortal. He still got more clout in death, and he wasn't no clout chaser. He more important in death than a lot of you niggas are in life, because you garbage. Your kids disgusted with a lot of you. You failures to your family. You failures to yourself. That black man did that, and he didn't just do it for his kids. He helped his community. He didn't dig ditches. And I used to ask God, why he did this for 40-something years and you didn't let him enjoy himself. And I understand he instilled that in us. I look at all of the videos when we was on TV, and my dad would be constantly saying, you listening to me, Gal? You're going to have to carry this on when I leave. I didn't even know my daddy was sick. So guess what, on it? Your witchcraft didn't kill my daddy. It was God had an appointed date for him. You sick to even believe that you did, nigga. You're a sick ass man. Okay? But it's the idea that people so sick, even with your son, you motherfucker. I felt sorry for you. It ain't no way in hell I'm going to be a mama and ever wish any death on anybody, not even your sick ass. But God says, when I get them back, I remember I was talking about it. My mama said, stop. It was just your daddy's time. And she started getting back up at 5. And she said, I'm not going to pray against him because he's sick. I'm going to pray for him. That's the type of mama I got. Nigga, she been praying for you. Because I went up in the spiritual realm on you on something else. And it's good when you got people around you that's really filled with the spirit. Because even when you want to pray against a person, you can't do it. You pray for them. And I'm going to keep praying for you because you're sick. You and Countdown John. But God says when I get them back, and it's in the atmosphere, and I don't give a damn about no cease and desist. Because I don't talk about you no way. Only thing I want y'all to do is leave me alone. Stop sending folks out to mess with me. But God says when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. And it's get back season. Okay? I love you guys. I want y'all to have a good day. Pray when you get off of here because I can feel that the enemy is on here. And I'll see you guys tonight.